What's good, YouTube? Slendy Revolution X here. Today, guys, what I want to talk to you about is the top 5 decks of this format. Now, I know this is a little later. We're a little deeper into the format. You know, we're about a week in. We've seen some regionals, some tournaments. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I think could be the top tier in this January through April format. Now, we're only doing 4-month formats. You know, things can drastically change in another ban list. So this is what I think is going to be good right now. Starting off at number 1. No, we'll start off at number 5 because that's a cool way to do it. Starting off at number 5, I think Gravekeepers is a very viable deck this format. I think it is the ultimate anti-meta with a lot of synergy. I mean, you look at Gravekeepers and they've always had this kind of synergy. Spy is a great card. Necro Valley is a great card. Descendant, Commandant, they're all have really great synergy with each other and can end up being really powerful cards when you mix in cards like, you know, Wonder Wand, where it's a +2 with Descendant. Yeah, with Descendant. So I think this deck has the potential to come out pretty high in the list this format. I think you could see quite a few tops of it, and it's kind of a budget deck, and that's one of the reasons I threw it in here too. It's something that people can really afford, and it's kind of also a nostalgic deck. So I think we could see a lot of Gravekeepers this format, especially if people aren't sure what they want to play. Number 4, I have Karkuri Girgia. Some people have this deck a little higher, but I find that it lacks in defensive. So if you go, it's one of those decks where you balls deep or not at all. You're looking at a deck that can OTK or it loses, you know. Now, out of all of my top 5, I think it's by far the most aggro, and I think that's why it finds its place on this list, is because aggressive decks tend to do well in a slower format. You know, you see a lot of really powerful cards come out of the Karkuri Girgia really quickly, and it's hard to, you know, combat that. So that's why it's number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list, you have Prophecy. Some people have Prophecy at number 2, but, you know, I think Prophecy is good, but the issue with it is it lacks potential when you don't have a spellcaster on the field. When you don't have a spellcaster on the field, that deck is dead in the water. So that's why it sits at number 3, and it has many upsides, one of which being one of the most consistent decks I think you can find. You have the ability to fodder through your deck so fast to be able to find cards you need, to be able to get cards you need. I mean, you can dig for cards really easily in that deck. And High Priestess is just an amazing card in itself. So I think we could see a lot of Prophecies getting around in the tops of regionals, YCSs, things, this format. And we already have. With the regionals that have passed, we've seen, I think, 2 or 3 Prophecy decks come through to the top. So I think, look out for Prophecy. I think it could be a very formidable deck this format. Number 2, I have Bujin. The reason I have Bujin is literally every play in that deck, in my opinion, is a +1. It runs 4 Honest. Granted, the deck needs Yamato, but it doesn't have an issue getting to it, you know? And when it gets Yamato, you can protect it pretty well in that deck. So that's why I have it in my number 2. And number 1 is Mermail. I think Mermail decks could end up running this format again. It had its heyday a couple formats ago, and I think it's kind of back to the top deck because it was right there. It was right on the cusp of top tier. In the Dragon format, it was just Dragons and Prophecies were too good when they had Super Juve and Spellbook of Judgment. So I think that they're going to see a lot of Mermail players come back to this format, go back to that deck, and, you know, try to get some success out of it. And, you know, it's already seen great success. I think we've also seen 2 or 3 tops already from the Mermail deck in this format. So those are my 5 top decks for you guys. Like this video if you enjoyed. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you guys think that mine is just completely out of the water, like you have no idea why any of these decks are on here, tell me why, and I'd love to explain it further. Or if you want to have an issue with what I said, you know, I'm more than happy to address it. And, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, so I will not down you. Just let me know. Leave it in the comment section below. And as always, guys, remember to subscribe to join the revolution today. This is Slendy Revolution X signing out, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.